all financials of the companies have been closed and the income tax return is almost ready to upload. However, it is important to note that there is another compliance requirement from another department. You are required to submit the MGT0 form as part of the annual return to the MC. Are you not aware of this, or do you want more detailed information? Hello everyone, I am Parminder Kaur from Team Webtel. In this video, I will elaborate on what MGT07 is and discuss some frequent asked questions that need to be understood before filing MGT07. So stay tuned, and before starting this video, please subscribe to our YouTube channel Webtel Electrosoft for regular compliance updates. Annual return for the company's MGT07. First of all, we will understand that why it is required to file the MGT7. MGT7 is the form that need to be filed with the ROC, that is Register of the Company in India. It is an electronic filing for the company annual return, and this return is required to submit to the Ministry of Corporate Affairs, that is MCA, under the Company Act 2013. Next is who is required to file MGT7. So all the companies which are registered under the company law are required to file the MGT7, in which there are private limited company, public limited company, and one person companies are included. Now what is MGT7? MGT07 is the annual return for the company to disclose their financial status, shareholder details, changes in directorship, and other key information that is required by the government need to be submitted in the MGT7. For better understanding on MGT7, let's go through these FAQ. The first is, what is the connection between AGM and MGT07? AGM means annual general meeting. The annual general meeting should be held within the 6 months from the end of the financial year. The financial year is from 1st April to 31st March. So 31st March is the end closing of the financial period. So from 31st March till September, the annual general meeting should be held. And then the filing of MGT07 is till the November. For better understanding of this concept, we will take an example. Webtel Electrosoft is a company whose annual general meeting was held on 25th September 2024. So that means within 60 days from 25th September till 25th November, the MGT7 is required to be filed by the Webtel Electrosoft. The filing date of MGT7 of Webtel company is 25th November 2024. Is MGT07 filed for the balance sheet and tax audit report with the MCA? MGT7 is not specifically filed for the balance sheet or tax audit report. MGT07 include the details like CIN, that is company identification, which is it is a registration number of the company, name of the company, registered office address, principal business activity, shareholding pattern of the company, other financial data such as turnover and the net worth, or any changes in the directorship during the year. If the due date has passed and the filing of MGT7 is pending, what is the process of the file MGT07? Yes, there is the penalty for the late filing of the MGT07. There is the penalty of the 100 rupees per day of the default under the form is filed. Now we will understand with an example. For example, the due date of filing MGT7 of Webtel Electrosoft was 25th November 2024, but it has passed and they have filed the MGT07 on 25th December. So that means they have delayed by 30 days. Now 30 days is multiplied by 100 rupees of the penalty per day, equal to 3000 would be as in the penalty to be paid by the Webtel Electrosoft. What is the role of a company secretary and the form MGT08? All the listed company or a company with a paid up capital of rupees 10 crore or more and turnover of 50 crore or more, MGT7 form must be certified by practicing company secretary in the form MGT08. What is MGT08? Now, MGT08 is a form used in India for the certification of the annual return of a company. That is, it is submitted to the MGT08 is a form used in India for the certification of the annual return of a company, which is submitted to the register of the companies. Is there any applicable fee for filing MGT07 or it is free to file MGT07? The filing fee of MGT07 depend on the company authorized share capital and follow the standard fee structure prescribed by the MCA, that is Ministry of Corporate Affairs. So let's understand what is the structure. If authorized share capital is less than 1 lakh, then rupees 200 fee per document is required to file the return. Then if the authorized share capital is between 1 lakh to 4,99,999, then per document fees is rupees 300. And if the authorized share capital is between 5 lakh to 24,99,999, then 400 per document filing fees is required. If the authorized share capital is between 25 lakh to 99 lakh 99,999, then 500 per document filing fees is required. But if the authorized share capital is more than 1 crore, then 600 filing fee per document is required. Now, what is the difference between MGT07 and AOC04? What is the difference between MGT07 and AOC04? MGT07 and AOC04 are both required to file with the registrar of the companies in the India, but they serve different purpose under the Company Act 2013. So in the MGT07 is the annual return form that provide detail about the company management, shareholder structure, and other statutory disclosures. While in AOC04 is the form for filing financial statement like your balance sheet, profit and loss account, etc., and the report of the board of directors and the auditors. MGT07 focuses on the company structure and annual return. AOC04 details with the financial statement and related reports. Is there any attachment in the required to be uploaded with MGT07? Yes, various document is required to be attached when MGT07 is filed. That is list of your shareholders, debentures holders, etc., list of the directors, key managerial personnel, audit financial statement, copy of MGT08 in the case of listed company, etc., any other relevant documentation as per the company requirement. If a company hasn't conducted any business for the year, is it still necessary to file an annual return in the form MGT07? MGT07 is required to file the status of the company is active. So once company obtain a dormant status, then no need to file MGT07. Dormant status refer to a classification for the company that is not currently active in the business operation but has not been formally dissolved. I hope you have understood that if filing AOC4 is mandatory for all companies, then submitting MGT7 on time is also required. Additionally, if any changes have been made to the company profile and structure, it is necessary to inform the MCA department so that they can maintain the database accordingly. This is beneficial for the company. For better comprehension, check out the blog in the video description box and share it with your friends and colleagues. If you found this video helpful, let us know in the comment section. Also, you can comment if you have any doubts. Give a thumbs up and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Next Tuesday, we will come up with another interesting video. Till then, stay safe and stay tuned with us for better compliance and enterprise journey.